example, not looking after our health. Then we might put a magnet on the fridge door that says, only by letting yourself go can you be truly free. But we'll never see it because the fridge is permanently open. But fair play to anyone who's found the key to their own happiness. There are TED Talks by people who found total contentment in something as simple as the sound of their own voice. But when you've spent decades making a living from your voice, saying wise and clever things, or in my case, singing, you find the fact that you're still going rewarding, but you don't live in a state of perpetual triumph about it, unless you're a belligerent narcissist for whom panel shows offered a way out of living alone with a freezer full of people who annoyed you. Being pleased with yourself is one of the least endearing forms of happiness, because you never watch a field full of lambs joyfully hopping about and think, oh, look, they're so conceited. That's what you think when you see couples ostentatiously flaunting their physical relationship anywhere other than in their own bedroom on which you happen to be innocently spying, or in a graveyard at midnight as part of a demonic ceremony. And our culture of self-promotion encourages attention-seeking and grandstanding. Legions of people blog and tweet and Facebook, not because they've got anything interesting to say, but because they can't stand not to be impinging on other people's consciousness. I agree that everyone has a right to be heard, but it's usually better if they're not. Free speech is like free jazz, mostly cobblers except to the person who's doing it. There's an awful lot of you out there on social media who just can't bear the idea that other people might not be thinking about you at any given moment. And for many of you, happiness seems to be about impressing others with your achievements. I don't want to hear that you're doing a 2K for short attention span awareness minute. I'm quietly proud if I manage to post a letter, but I don't demand anyone's congratulations for it. If you want to go for a run, go for a run. I don't need to know about it. Even a routine jog round the park is now a performance, a costume drama. People just used to put on their plimsolls and leg it out the house. Now they dress to impress. They need branded gear. They need something high-vis in case they have to stop and do some construction work along the way. They've got to have a baseball cap and sunglasses in what is surely one of the darkest countries in the world. They need to carry water, because half an hour in a freezing recreation ground without hydration, they're going to look like a camel carcass in the Sahara. They need props, headphones, a Kindle, a flat white, a device strapped to them that confirms to them at the end of the run that they have indeed been for a run. Because reality does not exist until verified in digital form. I wear this nifty little gizmo here on my wrist. They call it a watch. And what it does is it alerts me to the approach of death. But people will actually go to Currys or Argos to buy a thing that tells them how many steps they've done in a day. Does it matter? Just put your shoes on a bus if you're that worried about it. I mean, yes, running is good for you, if you don't count your knees as part of you. And you might live longer, but only by the amount of time that you spent running. It's all going to balance out. And why should you live for a long time, you self-important sod? So you can forever postpone the day when your kids get the money to buy their own home? So you can look back over your long life and think about all the calories that you burned, grandchild on your lap saying, oh, Grandad, tell us about the running. We love that story. Tell us about the time you shat in a drain with Paula Radcliffe. Will you be happy then? And I don't mind people using bikes because they need to be somewhere. It's going for a bike ride I can't be doing with, just showing off on the Queen's Highway. If you feel the need to do some exercise, sort it out without being a menace to society. When I'm knackered, I don't say, oh, I think I'll go for a lie down on the A3. Yes, it's good to be healthy, to try and spare our relatives and society from the effects of letting nature and Monster Munch take their course. But I'm not convinced that being super fit or super healthy makes us happier than being vaguely fit and quite healthy. It does appear to be true that aerobic exercise releases endorphins, natural opioids produced by the body that have a similar effect to morphine, the body's own natural skag. That's why people who run too much tell us enthusiastically that it's addictive.